All right, so if you don't like geometry on the SAT, pay very close attention because we're going to go over a few different things that always show up on the exam. So an equilateral triangle has a height of 12, radical 3. What is the perimeter of this triangle? Right? So the first thing to keep in mind, this is a hack. So whenever you see radical 3, it is very likely that you're dealing with a 30, 60, 90 triangle, especially when it's a radical 3 with a triangle, right? Now, from there, it says equilateral, so we're going to draw that out. And remember that an equilateral has all sides being the same and all angles being 60 degrees. Now, how does an equilateral relate to a radical 3 or a 30, 60, 90 triangle? And that is because you can cut it down the middle, creating the height of it, right? A perpendicular bisector forming a 90-degree angle, which when you bisect this angle, that becomes 30. So you have your 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Now, the rule for a 30, 60, 90 is that across 30-degree angle, they call it x. Across the 60-degree angle, they call it x radical 3. And across the 90, they call it 2x. Right? From there, realize that, like, they're telling you the height is 12 radical 3, and your height is just x radical 3. So if you really think about it, right, x has to be 12. Right? So x is 12. You plug it in here. That makes that whole thing 24. This is also 12. That's 24. Boom, they want a perimeter, 24, right? All sides are 24, so you just do 24 times 3, which is going to be 72, and that's your answer.